Welcome to Video Game Guide. In this video we will talk about video games history and types. Although the first video game was created in 1958, it was a very simple tennis game. Video games started to be popular in early 1970s. Since that time video games become more complex and more detailed. In these days video games have really realistic graphics and they are almost real. Let's look at evolution of video games. Although the first video game was created in 1958, video games started to become popular in early 1970s because first video games was not created for commercial reasons. In early 1970s computer scientists started to create video games to sell people. After that time video games become much more popular day by day. When we look at the first video games, people think they are not good at all. But don't forget that these games are first video games, and they are best that computer scientists could do in that time, because the technology and the knowledge they have limited. But from the time the technology is developed and the knowledge is increased so much, everything has grown so much in a very short time. Do you wonder what kind of video games we can play in the future? Although some video games have very basic graphic, they were very popular such as Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. Almost every children who lived in 1990s play these games. I'm going to stop talking for a while to let you have fun with this video. Nowadays video games have really good graphics, so they are like a part of a movie. From this part I will show you some of these games. Now let's talk about types of video games. I will show you 5 most popular game types. Today's computer games are loaded with action, and there are many different categories or genres of games, but many games can be considered to be more than one genre. For instance, a soccer game could be considered a sports game, as well as a simulation game. Here is some information that will help you to better understand the various computer game genres. Massive multiplayer online games are played using the internet. Players use a network and interact with other players in the virtual game room. You can play against people from all over the world. The creation of these games involves thousands of hours of programming, giving the player the most amazing gaming experience possible.
Your heart is beating, 'cause you know that you gotta get out of the middle. You're mastered the top now.
Role-playing games generally incorporate 3 main components, one specific main story and quest, and bunch of small story and quest. 2 character evolution or leveling, which sees you as the main character gain experience and unlock lots of by completing quest. And lastly, inventory management and crafting, essential to making progress in the game's world. These items is included weapon, armor, healing items and so on. In first-person shooter games, you are the main character and the game is viewed through your eyes. You can really get into these games. The only downfall is that you are not able to see how you look in the game. because you were seeing things through your own eyes. In addition to these, the FPS games is basically shoot and shoot games. That's all. Simulation games involve taking control of real-world vehicles, including tanks, ships, and aircraft. You learn how to control these vehicles and how to repair them. You can get experience without taking any danger. While many parents and teachers complain about video games, there are some great educational games out there that can help with the learning process. Train in a variety of subjects, using games to make learning fun instead of boring. There are testing functions, where you can answer multiple choice questions. The most common types of education games are for math and science. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.